just like the moon landings. And but what they do probably with the nuclear bomb is I'm not saying I know how they simulated it, although I know how they simulated it based on how they told me, which was with like a kiloton of TNT, and with radioactive material therein.
So wait, your position is that nuclear bombs aren't real?
I don't have any evidence for that. The propaganda that when you look at the videos, it's all propaganda. There's evidence of that it's just visual effects. It's camera trickery, and also when you look
why is a propagandist intent evidence of its fakeness?
Okay, but I can only go off what I've got, and that's what they say. They're showing me the real thing over and over again, and also so I've never seen one real one because it all looks fake.
But if they were saying they were showing you the real one, wouldn't that be the case whether they were showing the real one or the fake one? If they were showing you the real one for real, they wouldn't be saying we're showing you the fake one.
No, that's fine. If anybody wants to give me any other evidence that they exist, that you can make a bomb that's the size of a car explode into 10 miles in all directions, that anything on Earth could hold that kind of potential energy, then go for it. But I would think that they would use, or let's just look at in the case of, let's use for example the Moab that was supposedly went out and does a mile wide. It's the size of a bus, so it's smaller than a bus, but can detonate in all directions a mile wide. Now, why not? Let's just use whatever it is, trickery that you've got, energy that you've got going on to power a car.
I'm not saying what you're saying isn't plausible in some sense. You can make the argument, but the problem is what you're doing is making a claim that the most simple and evident explanation for the assorted pieces of evidence, which are many from different sources, is that it actually is real. Your point is they could have been faking it. Yeah, well,
no,
that's true. They could have been faking lots of things, whoever they are.
No, they were faking it. Those footages
I know
are
you're saying that, but you're not warranting it with reasons.
Well, if you look at the footage, if you want me to go into that, that's fine. If you look at the footage, you can see inconsistencies, such as clouds not moving. You can tell it's a composite. You just look at the way that all these soldiers sort of cleaning these nuclear bombs. It's daft. They don't. Or for instance, the first nuclear explosion test. The guy who was heading the project, very much like the Apollo 11 project, the guy who was heading it a couple of days before quits the project and goes somewhere else.
That randomly suspicious seeming events in the general narrative of a massive project like the Manhattan Project are not evidence of anything except finding anomalies in data and extrapolating out completely unjustified conclusions from them.
Well, no, because there's many other things like if you read I don't know how good you are at reading people, but read the Oppenheimer, for instance. Now, you and I both know that Oppenheimer did not just when he did the final bit on the Manhattan Project, all of a sudden realize that he just then realized that he was like Shiva. Okay, he knew that before. So why is he lying? Why is he lying now? Also, his performance
very, very important to describe, which is you're trying to draw conclusions about what happened based on the motivations of the people rather than and the social or psychological impacts of the people rather than on systems. It's not a way to warrant things. You can't. It doesn't matter how much I'm motivated to have committed the crime.
Give an example.
Guilty of it.
What do you mean about rather than on systems? How could I do it based on systems?
Well, for example, if you wanted to actually prove this, the first thing you should do is to try to prove they do exist. And the
No, but
spot
you.
I would start at would be understanding nuclear physics a little bit better. Because if scientifically and mathematically it makes sense, and we can access sufficient amounts of research to get close, then we can conclude that the plausibility plus all the evidence of it makes it much more likely to be the explanation than extrapolated interpretations from prima facie stuff. All right, are we ready to go?
No, everything you said is prima facie. No,
Prima facie stuff is saying motive means opportunity. You keep talking about those things for people. That doesn't make them guilty of crimes. It makes them plausible to accuse of crimes.
Yeah, but the reality is that we're not going to be able to prove it because the time has passed. The ability to investigate is not there. I'm not able to. But my best guess, to me, but not regarding the moon, the space programs. That's all there. You can use video analysis.
You don't believe in the moon landing?
You do believe in the
moon landing too?
Do you not believe in them? Do you believe in it? You actually believe that they went up there and then went upside down and then walked to the moon?
That's not the point. The point is you actively disbelieve in it. I don't care, frankly, and I assume for the sake of any purposeful argumentation that it's real. If it's not, okay, who cares? The point is you are actively disbelieving it without adequate cause.
Well, no, there is adequate cause. You just said you don't know, so how can you judge whether it's cause or not?
Okay, because first of all, the anomalies you point to, and I'm pretty sure I do know what they are, actually, having heard this nonsense before. But I could be wrong. Maybe you've got new nonsense for me. I don't know. It doesn't outweigh the total amount of evidence that is supported by all the people who worked at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, all the people who worked at NASA, all the people who are not.
You're using the argument. You're basically using the argument. You're using the argument that it couldn't have been done because there was too many people involved, and full well because you just referenced the Manhattan Project that those secrets can be kept through compartmentalization. They're called state secrets.
I understand that it is possible to conspire and include large groups of people via the methodology you're talking about, except you are not considering the fact that NASA is not kept under lock and key like those other situations where you can do that. And in fact, scientists are scientists, and they are scientists first and foremost.
Well, actually, the people first and foremost who have interest in keeping their wealth and their job and their influence. But if you want to believe an organization that's been started by the Nazis, a Satanist, and Nixon, go ahead.
All right, guys, let's start this round. Come on. First of all, dude, it doesn't matter who they were. That's called a genetic fallacy to say the Nazis started this, so it's bad, or a Satanist started it. Heaven forbid somebody cares about human will. Now, for goodness sakes,
you trust the Satanists, the Nazis, and Nixon.
You keep using bullshit reasons for things. My students would get yelled at if they use the kind of bullshit reasons that you use for things. You are saying shit like, well, I mean, he's a Satanist. Well, you are a horrible person because you're making arguments like that are ad hominem attacks on the guy's Satanism. What?
Well, I'm not telling you. I don't expect you to believe me that I've been to the moon.
Yeah, okay, you're a troll. Let's boot this motherfucker.
Oh,
he's not actually trolling. He's having real.
He's not trolling. He's just crazy.
This is
crazy. He can stay. Crazy can stay. Trolling can't.
Okay, well, he's what you consider crazy.
I like him. Don't leave, Stevie.
I won't leave for you then, if that's the case. But
if you actually believe that stuff, you are welcome here. If you are trolling me, you are not. Okay.
Well, I actually got asked about this. That's the only reason why I brought it. I did actually couch this in the beginning, didn't I, guys? With I don't bring it up.
Eric genuinely thought you were a troll.
Because that to me says more about where he's coming from.
I think he just had a little tantrum.
I mean, I think part of it might be that he's in front of his debate class students, so couldn't lose the debate.
Having his ass handed to him. Yeah.
Well, I don't think he was losing, but he also had to make sure that it was very obvious that he was winning.
Well, yeah, no, but he was losing really because all he could say was, "Yeah, but that's just you saying that," and that's just but that is how debates work. Eric, that's how debates work. You make an argument, and then you have another argument, and then you have another argument, and the validity of those arguments, which is strong, because who wants to, are you saying that we really should believe a Satanist, a Nazi, a Nixon? Are we really? Is that valid? I don't think it is. I think that's something that weighs against the moon landings. On top of that, you've got the rest of the things that I'm saying.
I think he was good at picking it apart. I think he had some TI in that. I mean, you
not really. Just.
You're getting the whole picture. He definitely was getting you on some inconsistencies, though. You gotta admit that. Like you have a sound overall argument, but he broke that bitch down very quick.
All he seemed to be doing to me was saying that let's say that let's just take the argument about the Nazis, the Satanists, and Nixon. Well, to say that. There's a percentage of a chance that you should trust those people, and therefore you can't use it as an argument. That's not really valid. There's a percentage of an argument that those people could be telling you the truth. Yes, I mean I'd give it 3 to 5% that those people are going to be telling you the truth. Okay, but to take that off the table, you have got all these things on the table because. This is the only way that you can determine whether it happened or not, because you don't really have a time machine to go back.
I mean, but he did say the problem is that you actively disbelieve, not that there's suspension of belief. Like, it's one thing to speculate; it's another to actively
based on
something that you don't have complete conclusive evidence for.
Yeah, but that's a straw man, because that's saying almost that the Nixon and the Satanist and the Nazi argument is my only thing.
Well, it's confirmation. It could be you could fall victim to confirmation bias very easily. You seem like you like my brother, man. You're very very. Can't find a word, but
you can fall, because this is what I was saying before about the transvestigations, isn't it? When you get into this and you realise that practically everybody's lying to you, then you go down the path of this, disbelieving everything, like you say.
I mean, I just think people lie to me all the time. I think my girlfriend's always lying to me. My mistress is always lying to me. My mom's lying to me. Everybody's lying to me. Everybody's lying subtly. It's okay. Lies aren't the worst thing in this world.
It's just when you want to point it out and they turn up and kill you. Well, they tell everybody that 9/11, was a real thing. And then they send them off to war. I think that matters, really.
Yes, that is true. I'm very can't say anything because I'm in the military and this is being recorded, but yeah, I got some thoughts about that.
Right, so you can see it does matter.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting out, man. I'm bipolar and shit, and I constantly just feel like everyone's trying to let's just go get those ISIS motherfucker, and I'm just like, I don't know what to believe, man. I don't believe in shit. I don't have a purpose or a cause like that, man. I don't have a group identity, man. So that scares the shit out of me. So I gotta get out. No group identity whatsoever.
Huh. I think 4 out of 5, or I can't remember how many INFJ friends I have, but I think it's 5. 4 out of 5 of them are conspiracy theorists.
Yep.
It's kind of interesting. One is more of an activist who is paranoid about how vocal they are, so I wouldn't consider them a conspiracy theorist, actually. But then the other 3 of 5 are.
I dislike the term conspiracy theories because it's just.
Well, they're called theories because they really are theories, though.
Yeah, but the government is hoaxing terrorism is not a theory. They're using dummies.
You guys running threat?